guys, and welcome to our YouTube channel. I am Amabel Silorio.
And I am Chin Piniwi.
And I am Jonathan Tundag.
So, in this video, we're going to share to you guys our chosen successful and unsuccessful market entry strategy, in which we're going to set each strategy with examples and other important details or infos. And this was just actually a continuation from previous video, which is the strategies for entering new markets. So let's start.
So, according to Business Today, 7-Eleven is widely known as a convenience store chain where customers can grab snacks, drinks, and other everyday products on the go. In most parts of the world, it is a no-frills store with little emphasis on decor. 7-Eleven is also a very popular place for hangouts. Today, the chain has grown to about 49,500 stores in 16 countries, more than 10,000 in North America itself. But its core customer remains the same. People on the go who a one-stop need shop to quickly buy everyday products. Typically, most 7-Eleven stores all over the world are conveniently located in office areas and are open around the clock. So, this is why I and my group mates choose 7-Eleven as an excellent example of franchising that is successful in implementing this strategy. It is because we all know in the Philippines alone, 7-Eleven is being seen everywhere.
So the first question is, why do you believe that the company or organization chose the entry strategies they did? So we do believe that 7-Eleven uses this type of an entry strategy because 7-Eleven's entry strategy is to target urban markets and tailor stores to local taste. Actually, 7-Eleven mainly used licensing and franchising as an entry strategy. This international chain convenience store used licensing in order to sell the business concept and as a market entry strategy. So meaning a low level of risk to the company as a whole, and also means a great level of flexibility that was needed to be able to adapt to the differences between the countries. The next question is, what went right with the successful entry strategy? The only reason why 7-Eleven have a blast with their business is because of how this type of strategy could really benefit the franchisor. There are so many reasons or factors that the 7-Eleven uses, but one of the key success factors are the locations. 7-Eleven sells one thing, and that is convenience. And by that, location makes you successful. And lastly, what can other companies looking to enter a global market learn from these examples? For us, there is no perfect entry strategy. All of it also has some downsides. It would always depend on the business owner on how to make it successful. But it will also always depend on the company whether what type of strategies they use. But as we base this on our example, we would prefer to use franchising since it has a lower risk of failure and or loss of investments than if you were to start your own business from scratch.
So we chose Tiffany and Swatch as an example of a failed joint venture or a unsuccessful strategy. I know that you guys already heard about these two luxurious company brands, and by that, Tiffany sells luxurious jewelries while Swatch sells good quality watches. Actually, Tiffany and Company formed a partnership in 2007 with the idea to create a new line of watches that should last 20 years. So the deal was about Swatch development and producing with Tiffany's marketing and promoting. It really is hard to say what went wrong with the partnership. When it first launched in 2007, Tiffany CEO called it the most important link up in the company's history. But judging from their press statements, it is clear that by the end, these two companies really don't like each other. The legal proceedings between the two parties were more or less secret, being done via an arbitration court in the Netherlands. It turns out that the Swatch Group won the argument, resulting in an award of 450 million in damages, while Tiffany and Company's counterclaims were dismissed.
Why do you believe that the company or organization chose the entry strategies they did? So, as what we've discussed with my groupmates, we believe that the two companies use joint ventures as a kind of strategy to both achieve its long-term goals and also to improve its store base through store openings in key markets, renovations, relocations, and closings, and also to add development to Swatch. What went wrong with this unsuccessful entry strategy? What only went wrong in this partnership is by having a breach of contract, meaning when one party in a binding agreement fails to deliver according to the terms of the agreement. The Swatch Group announced its plan to end relations with Tiffany and Company in 2011, and that the reason was due to Tiffany's systematic effort to block and its delay in development on the business. Tiffany was supposed to promote the watches by displaying them prominently in their store and spending marketing dollars to advertise them. According to the Swatch Group, they did very little or none of these things. The Swatch Group was unable to sell them. It is true that without advertising, it is very difficult to sell luxury products. If you go into Tiffany and Company store and the watches aren't anywhere to be seen, and they're just being stored at the back of the store, then they simply aren't going to gain much attraction. The response from Tiffany and Company was just a vague. They claimed that the Swatch Group was unwilling to honor the terms of their agreement and also claimed that they failed to provide appropriate distribution. But in the end, the Swatch Group still won over the case. What can other companies looking to enter a global market learn from these examples? We think that the only lesson that other companies can get from our Tiffany and Swatch example when entering a global market is that it is better not to engage in partnership or collaborations, since it really has so many factors that can hinder the success of having a joint venture. Just like having a lack of understanding between the partners, lack of patience and motivation, conflicts arising between two partners, and etc.